So now moving on to question number 32. While researching a topic, a student has taken the following notes. Scientists have developed a freeze-thaw battery that can retain 92% of its charge after 12 weeks. The battery contains molten salt, a type of salt that liquefies when heated and solidifies at room temperature. When the salt is in a liquid state, energy flows through the battery. When the salt is in a solid state, energy stops flowing and is stored in the battery. The stored frozen energy can be used by reheating or thawing the battery. So the student wants to specify how the salt enables energy storage. So what the student wants to specify, his most important goal would be to specify how the salt enables energy storage. So which choice most effectively uses relevant information from the notes to accomplish this goal? Is it A, scientists have developed a freeze-thaw battery that contains molten salt which liquefies when heated and solidifies at room temperature? B, the stored energy in freeze-thaw battery which contains molten salt can be used by reheating the battery. C, when the molten salt in a freeze-thaw battery solidifies at room temperature, energy stops flowing and can be stored in the battery. So then D, molten salt allows freeze-thaw battery to retain 92% of its charge after 12 weeks. So which do you think is the answer? So if you said C, well done. That is the correct answer. This is the correct one. Why is it the best answer? Because the sentence specifies how the salt in the freeze-thaw. So remember, we need how this salt is helping in this technique for that battery. So how the salt in a freeze-thaw battery enables energy storage, and it also explains that energy stops flowing and can be stored when the salt solidifies at room temperature. So what is happening is that when the molten salt in the freeze-thaw battery solidifies, the energy stops flowing. So that's how it's getting stored in the battery. Now A is incorrect because the sentence explains some properties of molten salt, but it doesn't specify how that salt enables energy storage. So it is not telling how the salt is able to store the energy. Choice B is incorrect because the sentence indicates how the energy in the freeze-thaw battery can be released, but it doesn't specify how the salt in the battery enables energy storage. It is just talking about it contains molten salt and can be used by, but how did the salt store the energy? That's not mentioned. And D is not correct because the sentence specifies how much charge the freeze-thaw battery retains when storing energy. It is just telling how much it is retaining, but it doesn't specify how the salt in the battery enables energy storage. So that how is only explained in answer choice C. So I hope that's clear.